do this every holiday?
No, I did skip Easter.
What did we agree the rules are?
No more circus animals in the house.
No, not that one.
Oh, if water runs through it, call Mike Scott Plumbing.
Because they don't charge extra for nights, weekends, or holidays. So put down the blowtorch and pick up the phone.
Yes, dear. 866-314-4443.
And why is there a helicopter in the yard?
Oh, that? Black Friday sale.
Happy holidays from all of us here at Mike Scott Plumbing.
The folks at Honey Baked Ham remind us that now is the time to make your holiday entertaining plans. The holidays are coming up fast. Reserve your ham and turkey now. What about all the parties and gatherings? Honey Baked Ham is the answer there, too. They cater breakfast, lunch, and dinner for intimate meetings or large parties. Again, reserve now. Honey Baked Ham is located on Southwest 27th Avenue behind Best Buy. Stop in or call 352-861-0011. Again, 861-0011. Honey Baked Ham, the world's best ham, turkey, roast beef, sides, desserts, and service.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
All right, 23 minutes before 11 o'clock. Wow, the morning is going fast. So, my son is in really good shape. He runs all the time. He did a half marathon with obstacles. 35 obstacles.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And so we were talking about this, and so he says, well, why does he do that? And I said, because he doesn't want to look like his daddy. He doesn't want to end up looking like me. James LaValle is on the phone. He's been with us before. He's a pharmacist, a clinical pharmacist. He's a board-certified clinical nutritionist, a metabolic expert. I'm going to tap into his brain. I'm going to see if I can do something about this body that that somehow has a son who's in perfect shape. He's got some fitness fables, and some of these I believed. For example, I thought you're supposed to take a day off between exercise.
That's what I thought.
Maybe not. Let's find out what we need to know. This is the time of year we need to start thinking about this too. If you think you're going to make a resolution on the 31st and actually stick to it on the 1st, you got to kind of ease into it. Like, you got to get your mind working right now for it to kick in on the 1st. James LaValle, good morning, James. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Really good. Where are you right now?
I'm in Southern California right now.
Everybody is in shape in Southern California, right? There's nobody. No.
Well, I'm like you, man. I got an 18-year-old son. He just got a full ride to Arizona State for football. He's in super shape. I'm the old guy. I'm going on 58, and I look at him and go, "Man, you disgust me. You're so in shape." All of that.
That's too funny. That's too funny. But I've been there, and I feel like when I go there, that little promenade they have on the beach from Venice to Santa Monica. Everybody's in shape on that thing. That's what I thought.
Well, it's pretty close. I mean, it's pretty close. It can. Now, that might not be where you want to start your New Year's resolution. Maybe don't start there, right?
So what is it about this time of year that everybody thinks, okay, I'm gonna get going now? And does it ever work to start it now? I mean, why couldn't I start it in like June 8th or something?
Exactly. Well, you wish that everybody could start on June 8th. I just want people to start at some point in the year. New Year's is a great point to start because, we have that traditional programming of New Year's resolution. But the problem is most people, when I say most people, I mean an alarming 92% of people don't end up maintaining their New Year's resolution. And I think it's because they bite off a little more than they can chew, right? It's too much. And they're trying to do everything to say, I'm going to have the body of what I had when I was 20.
Right.
And it's like, you know what? You've got 20 years of fasting, quite a few donuts. Why don't we just start a little slower? And honestly, that's what we really need to do is we've got to create more realistic goals for people. And one of the big things that I've done over the last, 35 years of working with individuals, both in the private sector, just everyday folks, and as well as professional athletes, is really establishing realistic goals. Because that's probably one of the biggest problems that people have is that they don't create a goal plan that's going to work for them.
Okay, and does that include what we eat or just what we do, exercise-wise?
Well, I mean, it's both. I mean, first of all, what we eat's important, right? So, first of all, I don't think people get in enough lean protein. People eat up a lot of starch and a lot of carbs. Nobody stops when they're really hungry and they're craving because they're stressed out and get chicken on a stick. They're going to stop and get, a donut, a muffin, a cake. I need some ice cream.
Right.
I need some tortilla chips.
Right.
I want something that's going to comfort me. So when people get stressed out, they're going to eat the wrong foods. People don't get enough protein, and look, when you don't get enough protein, you don't feed your muscle. When you don't feed your muscle that protein, your muscle is kind of the currency of aging and the currency of your metabolism. The better you keep it, the better off you'll be. And the second piece is you got to get moving. I mean, people do have to move. Some people think, hey, if I only work out a day or two a week, it's going to be enough. I mean, the reality is there's been some recent studies out of Rutgers that showed you really should try to train 4 days a week. If you train every other day or every third day, every other day is like right at the brink of where you're going to be all right. But if you just work out a day or two a week, look, it only takes a week and you start losing muscle.
And one of the things that you point out is that there are people with different eating habits, like vegetarians, vegans, and then the people that
then there's me.
Eat.
He's on the seafood diet, right? I've never seen food I've never liked.
Yeah.
Now that's a double negative.
Yeah. So you have suggestions for everybody because you could lose nutrients and vitamins, and you could get ill.
Well, no, it's a big thing. I mean, if you're going to go down that path of being a vegetarian, and I've had, once again, I've had athletes try going that way. You got to make sure you get enough B12. You don't get as much carnitine, which is an amino acid that helps you burn fat. Sometimes you don't get enough protein. You lose lean muscle mass. And most vegetarians really end up becoming what I call carbitarians. They want to eat more pasta. They want to eat more rice. They're not eating 9 to 13 servings of vegetables and fruit a day, like the National Cancer Institute suggests. They're going after that. And if you're going to do that, I highly recommend. I mean, one of the coolest, I think, ingredients that's been on the market the last, year and a half or so, is an ingredient called velocitol, which it's added to protein and branched chain amino acid drinks, and it actually does quite a good job at doubling your muscle protein synthesis. Now, what that means is I'm going to hold on to more muscle, but the trick is trying to get people to, exercise a little bit, not an hour a day, but hey, could you do 15 minutes or 10 minutes twice a day, 3 or 4 days a week to get started? Try to incorporate it into your lifestyle because, people have all kinds of ways of eating, whether it's the ketogenic or the keto, metro, paleo, vegan diet. I even heard somebody say they're doing a vegan paleo diet, which means they're hunting broccoli and carrots. I don't get it. But, I mean,
I have a theory about supplements. I have a theory about stuff that, like you just talked about something called velocitol or something?
Mm-hmm.
Velocitol, yeah.
I have a theory that if I have that product and I've invested money in it and I use it, then I'm not going to sabotage my investment by eating a donut later on. I don't know. Does that make sense to you? Is there a psychological part to this?
That's a really good point. I mean, a lot of people come into me, and I do. I mean, I'm an advocate. I've written 20 books on dietary supplements and the use of them in healthcare, so I'm an advocate. I believe that when people invest money, and I'm taking this to help me with that, right? If I'm going to go buy Velocitol, and I'm going to emphasize, I want to improve my lean muscle mass. I want to change my fat to lean composition.
Right.
I think when you invest in it, yeah, it's gonna help you, and it's pretty interesting because it's a complex of something called amylopectin and chromium. So with the Velocitol, it's really interesting because I don't think a lot of people realize one of the biggest crises we have is we think of people being overweight, right? It's really people being over fat, that we're losing our lean mass because we diet too much. We lose lean mass. We don't get it back. Now we don't have any metabolic rate to help burn fat.
Right.
And it's really important because people have what's called sarcopenia today. They're losing lean mass.
We broadcast from the local mall, and probably 20 yards or closer than that is a store that sells the supplements we're talking about. So I'm going to have to go. They called GNC or something.
Yes, I think
Yeah,
so.
so I'm not to give a plug for.
They've got yeah, that's great. I mean, if you're right there at the mall, they have a product, I believe, that's has malositol and branched chains and whey protein in it. It's a phenomenal product, so that's great. I mean, I know that's one of the areas that you can pick that up. Good stuff.
All right, so before we say goodbye, let me get a website from you so that we can look at this further. I want to start my 2018 right. Mm-hmm. I don't want to. All right, so what's a good website?
Well, you can go to obviously you can go to JimLaValle.com and get a lot of information. You can follow me at Twitter at JimLaValle. And you can always look up Velocitol. I mean, that's a really interesting ingredient that I think people are going to be in 2018. They're going to be raising their eyebrows because we're all trying to get that edge on maintaining our lean mass and losing fat.
Right, absolutely. James, thank you for being on the air with us today. JimLaValle.com is the website. Thank you for being on. Have a great Happy New Year and a happy holiday season.
Hey, thanks a lot. It was a pleasure.
All right, we will be right back.
The folks at Honey Bay Cam remind us that now is the time to make your holiday entertaining plans. The holidays are coming up fast. Reserve your ham and turkey now. What about all the parties and gatherings? Honey Bay Cam is the answer there, too. They cater breakfast, lunch, and dinner for intimate meetings or large parties. Again, reserve now. Honey Bay Cam is located on Southwest 27th Avenue behind Best Buy. Stop in or call 352-861-0011. Again, 861-0011. Honey Bay Cam, the world's best ham, turkey, roast beef, sides, dessert. Here is your 30-second news brief. Ocala police say they believe last week's deadly shooting of a Vanguard High School student was justified. A 70-year-old woman died yesterday morning in a single-vehicle crash in the 4200 block of Northeast 7th Street. Country music singer Michael Ray Roach was arrested in Eustis after he rear-ended another vehicle at a McDonald's drive-thru. Disney World workers rejected a 50-cent raise in a new contract, and the Star Banner has published an interactive map of some of the more impressive residential Christmas displays in our area. And that is your news brief from The Source.
On this episode of What Not to Do, brought to you by
Mike Scott Plumbing. If water runs through it, we do it.
Why is there a helicopter in the yard?
Never mind that. We have bigger issues.
Really? Bigger than a helicopter?
Your parents are going to be here for the big dinner, and the garbage disposal is making some crazy noise, and it wasn't Christmas music.
Well, maybe you should have thought about that before you tried shoving an entire sack of potatoes down the disposal.
It wasn't the entire sack, just most of it.
Now's not the time for more jokes, Mr. Funny Man.
Well, I did try to fix it, but...
Do you have to do this every holiday?
No, I did skip Easter.
What did we agree the rules are?
No more circus animals in the house.
No, not that one.
Oh, if water runs through it, call Mike Scott Plumbing.
Because they don't charge extra for nights, weekends, or holidays. So put down the blowtorch and pick up the phone.
Yes, dear. 866-314-4443.
And why is there a helicopter in the yard?
Oh, that? Black Friday sale.
Happy holidays from all of us here at